J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? If everything's all good, we about to break it down and get into a bunch of different topics tonight, and it's a lot to talk about. From Diddy, look like he didn't, or he did, who knows, but he won't be spending a lot of time in jail, it seems, based off of what the jury is saying. Also, the big beautiful bill, the big bloated bill. I don't know about that. It's more like a pig with lipstick. A lot of things going wrong with that. And then, of course, a lot of different videos and things, conspiracies and crazy things happening on Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to cover a couple of those and, whatever else naturally goes down. And of course, man, still trying to battle this summer cold. So I'm going to try to hang in there and do what I can. And with that being said, let's get ready to get into it, get started. J Doe, what's good, man? How you feeling? Good to see you, man. Hope everything all good with you. Damian Kenny, how you doing, fam? What's good? What's good? Rashonda, how you doing? All right, so let's see where we gonna start. You know what? Let's start with a couple videos. So this is really strange to me, and it's strange to me. Well, I mean, I guess it ain't that strange. We know the reason why. It's the simplest reason is usually the reason why. And what's happening is they're trying to rename the army bases back to the Confederate names.
I'm somewhat puzzled. I grew up in Virginia where Robert E. Lee was revered. I think when I was a kid, his birthday was a school holiday. But as I grew older and learned more about American history, I learned that he fit the classic definition of a traitor. He took up arms against his country. He broke his oath as a member of the United States Army, which he took upon entering his career at West Point. Why are you going through these incredible gymnastics, finding current soldiers or other soldiers to rename? And you slipped a minute ago. You said we're returning these bases to their original names. Robert E. Lee, leading general of the Confederacy, Pickett.
See, the problem with this stuff is that they're not recognizing these people were traitors, and the only reason because these people didn't get statues and they weren't having bases and things named after them until almost like 100 years maybe after the Civil War was over, and it didn't start happening until around civil rights era, and racism and things like that really ramping up, the end of Jim Crow and all of that. And then they started making these statues and renaming things, and in a way it could have been a fear tactic or things of that nature. The way people today try to act as if as soon as the Civil War was over, people raise monuments and statues and things for these people. That's not true. That's not true. And so, that's one thing that's being missed. But also,
James, why are you doing this? I don't understand what the motivation is.
The R word.
To rename bases for people who took up arms against their country on behalf of slavery. What possible motivation can there be for this? Who is telling you to do this? Who is urging you to do this?
The veterans and service members across the country who have deployed from Fort Bragg or Fort Benning or Fort Hood or Fort Pickett.
So, do we have loyalty to bases or to the country? I mean, I don't know. That just is crazy to me. I thought we supposed to be, having loyalty to to countries instead of bases. Uh this right here, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised. I'll say I'm not surprised because I have seen this type of symbolism and things before on products, but this video is really creepy right here. Look at this.
I'm somewhat puzzled. I grew up in.
Not that. This. Why does it keep
I'm
playing?
somewhat puzzled.
But it is though, isn't it? These symbol
Hold on.
6. This is the Chinese symbol for 6, which is no different. So this is 666. And this is the Pure Life Water logo. And this is the Pure Life Water logo next to the 666. I'm sure you can see the resemblance. This caught my attention because I covered this symbolism before regarding the logo of a large clinic. And I'm not surprised it's on Pure Life Water, considering a lot of people buy it. It's sold at Walmart. And it's nasty. Y'all drink Pure Life? If you drink Pure Life, I can't trust you. Like, if I come into your house and you've got Pure Life, like a whole case of Pure Life, I can see if you got one because somebody gave it to you and you was really thirsty, right? Okay, I'll let you slide. But if you got a whole case in your house, I can't trust you no more, man. You like Pure Life?
So I can't
man.
trust you no
I can't
more.
even drink purified water. It just tastes like.
Now, to his point, I don't know about Pure Life water because I do buy bottled water. Y'all know I've been drinking my Wakanda for the longest, but it just got so expensive. My Wakia. And now I got some Ice Mountain over here. I've been drinking mostly I buy alkaline waters though. So if you're gonna buy water, you want to try to get an alkaline water because that's what's your body actually needs. Water is alive, and you can buy dead water. And so you want alkaline water, whatever it is. My Wakanda water is alkaline water. And that I didn't drink my last bottle. I'm looking for it over here with my stash. I thought I had it ready. It ain't vitamin. Here it is. I'm about to say I thought I had one. This is my last bottle though, but I do drink this. And as y'all know, I'm buying this. They not sponsoring me. So they could, but this is something I buy personally out of my own money, and I actually drink it, you know. Sky Water Technology. You like coconut water. I have tasted coconut water for taste. And it's very tasty. But I never thought of coconut water. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's healthy, but I didn't think of it in that manner. But coconut water is tasty to me. All right. Let's see what the rest of this is because I still think this video kind of creepy, y'all. And here's why. Okay, I'm gonna break it down a step back further, okay, for those who really don't understand maybe why they put this stuff here. Because God's law applies and to a lot of stuff, and so they have to say certain things in order for it to work, and they can do certain things and have authority over certain things. And so they say certain things before they do certain things, or they can use numerology or symbolism to show certain things. And hey, it's not my fault you don't know how to read that. We put it right there. So it's just part of, I mean, it'll go deep. So I'll just say that's part of what they have to follow. But they can put it in a symbol and then they didn't actually say it directly. And that's your fault that you don't know how to interpret signs and in numbers and things, and all you know is English. All right. So looking back at this, now you know that in order to do certain things to people and appease the powers that be, they have to pretty much put stuff out there one way or another. So that's why they use these symbols. But then
chemicals, affordable, and Pure Life is owned by Blue Triton Brands. In the Bible, blue is symbolic of the Word of God. In the Greek mythology, a Triton is a merman, demigod of the sea. Triton is the name they apparently gave Neptune's largest moon, which makes sense because in Roman mythology, Neptune is the god of the sea. Why does everything always have to have these connections? Why not something simple like water bottle and brand, and a couple water drops as the logo?
okay, I got the answer for that. Because ain't nothing new under the sun. It's already been said. So why does all this stuff always keep coming back to this? Because of, let's just say, as in the times before the flood, it was said that people was doing things and whatever. Well, people back doing things and whatever. So, putting it real simple, these same things that they was worshiping and doing and practicing those many thousands of years ago, those a few of them survived, and through the years and centuries, it's back to getting to where they were before and able to do a lot of cruel things. For example, how this new bill that may come out is gonna kick so many people off of Medicaid, Medicare. So many people won't have the health coverage they need. And for what reason? So that the billionaires, they're gonna have a tax write-off in this bill for their private jets and yachts. But you can't get health coverage because you're a fraud, you're a waste, you're abusive, you're the scam. They keep saying that. One of the things that I just get so mad and I yell at the TV when I hear this is they love to say, and I'm saying they as in Republican lawmakers, that if you're a 29-year-old male sitting on the couch, we're going to get you off of Medicare. You need to get a job. First of all, I don't understand this. Whoever hears this and then believes it, I have to be honest, you're an idiot. You are. And I'm saying this. I hope this made you mad. And I hope you go and fact check me and realize this. But if you're 29 and you're healthy, where are you going to get medical treatment with Medicare and Medicaid? What you doing? What if you're 29 at home and healthy playing video game, you don't have Medicaid and Medicare. If you do, it's only billed as you use it. What are you going to break your arm and go and get it healed? For what? What you gonna go get your kidney removed? You want to have cancer, chemotherapy, even though you're healthy 29? This is stupid. It doesn't affect these people. And so what they're doing is lying. They lie, they lie, they lie. Ooh wee. I never seen so many people lie so much. It's just whoa. Anyway, I know when I was 29 and I was not sick, the last thing I was thinking about was some damn insurance. That's the problem. Young people in their 20s aren't sick, they don't want it. And with the mandate from Obamacare and things, a lot of people paying for stuff they don't even use. Anyway, this just is that's crazy. But listen to the rest of this, because the reason why a lot of this stuff happened is because they going to serve their gods and their higher powers. A lot of people, they say, I want to thank God, because without you, I wouldn't be here. Who's God? Everybody don't believe in the the God of the Hebrews, you know? So, and I said the Hebrews. Anyway.
It's all in the symbolism. Always. This is the. But it is, though, isn't it? Chinese symbol for 6. This is the Chinese symbol for 6.
Ah, that was the end of it. See, I've been trying to find the original video of this without somebody reacting to it, because I found one that was longer, and he basically breaks down the name of that company as well. Whoop, here we go.
This isn't a wedding.
Now this right here, these dudes, man. Hey, you know what? The worst thing ever happened to us in my generation and things is bullying the nerds. Because the nerds became evil and they're rich and they ain't playing, boy. They ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? The revenge of the nerds was more like a prophecy. Straight up. They revenge ain't no joke. They building robots. They taking everybody's jobs. They gonna throw you in jail. They gonna have you deported. They gonna have you eating Soylent Green. The nerds is, boy, they don't play. They don't play. Hey, if you saw the original Revenge of the Nerds, you know they don't play already. Because remember, he did grape. Oh girl, it was a grape that she ended up liking, but how often does that happen, huh? How often does some man grape a woman and then next thing you know what? That wasn't bad. You nerds sure know how to do it. What? The 80s, boy, cocaine was a hell of a drug. I'm telling you. Cocaine, from what I heard. Anyway, what up, B? How you doing? Young Slim, what up, brother? This video right here, hey, if you all see anything she's saying that's wrong, please let me know.
It's actually a $48 million power ritual. My name's Kamala Hurley. I'm an evidential medium that loves to uncover hidden truths, and I'm going to share with you how Jeff Bezos is not marrying for love alone. He's marrying to reshape legacy, control the narrative, and cement his place among the world's most untouchable. So I think the first thing that you have to understand is Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos has a...
Hey, oh my goodness. This damn...
I'm somewhat puzzled.
Boy, this mouse is a mess, ain't it?
This isn't a wedding. It's actually a $48 million.
I'm somewhat...
This isn't a wedding.
All right, I can't do too much with this mouse. But, damn, man, I was pausing it to where he looked like, but let me just say, he sure did change up. Money, you can get some muscles, you know, you could look good. I guess, you know, he could have got some hair transplants like Elon Musk. For those who don't know, if you look at the early pictures of Elon Musk when he founded PayPal, dude was bald almost. He was going bald bad in the front, and he got his hair plugs and stuff. Elon Musk, man, that's one complicated individual right there. Oh my goodness. Anyway, although him and Donald fighting is a good thing. I hope they knock each other out. Anyway, let's see.
It's actually a $48 million power ritual. My name's Kamala Hurley. I'm an evidential medium that loves to uncover hidden truths, and I'm going to share with you how Jeff Bezos is not marrying for love alone. He's marrying to reshape legacy.
One thing that really is insane to me is that the majority, Jeff Bezos has more money than 50% of America. He could pay his Amazon workers more. He busted the unions. They've done a lot of different things, okay? But when you see the average person and you're riding for the billionaires, you're whacked out in the head. I'm looking at this comment right here. I didn't even see this. And it says, of course, it's not a name. You are only jealous because you have no money and nobody looks at you. That's funny, but that's stupid too. You know, stupid is funny. How many people laughed at the stupid kid doing stupid stuff in school or doing a stupid joke? Yeah, you laugh, but you laughing at them, not with them. It wasn't that they were smart or witty. And I just think that's insane, man. Just because somebody brings you information, it doesn't mean they're jealous or mad. I hope people don't see this and think, oh, you only do this because you can't get on the boat with them or you can't run down the street. Like, what? If I could do these things, I would be way more upset. I'd be honest with you. If I had my health still, I'd be furious about a lot more things because I would be thinking, you messing up my future. you taking away potential from me. You know, when I say things and do things, not that I feel like, oh, I'm ready and I'm done or whatever, but what's ahead of me isn't as promising as maybe some other people. You know, I don't want to merge with machines, and I'm not thinking of this or that, and I don't want to put a chip in my head and do all these things. So uh, I guess, you know, it is what it is. But had I been still, you know, having a lot more hope for the future, I would be a lot more furious about some of these things. But you know, anyway, back to this stuff.
Control the narrative and cement his place among the world's most untouchable. So I think the first thing that you have to understand is Jeff Bezos. Now, Jeff Bezos has a net worth of over $200 billion. So just to put this in like normal human money, for him, a $48 million wedding is equivalent to somebody spending $120 and they make $500K a year. Put that in perspective. So this wedding is not actually about the cost. It is actually about curating an experience that reflects status and the evolvement of his identity. Because you can see here in 1997, he's hardly the man you would want to go on a gondola ride with.
Actually, I'm looking at these two dudes, and the dude on the left actually looked like a nice guy. Of course, uh, yeah, I'm not accurate, but he looks like a nice guy. The dude on the right, he could be anything from Lex Luthor to Andrew Tate, Jeff Bezos, supremacist, a regular dude. He can be anybody. I mean, this guy on the left, you think, well, he's some, you know, nerdy guy, nice guy. He got his khakis and blue shirt. This dude on the right, this dude could be anybody, man. All right, that turned too many times.
But it is, though, isn't it?
I ain't gonna go back and play that again. But this video here is really creepy. If we can hear it.
It now takes China 77 seconds to make a car.
This was the next video I was gonna play, but the other one I'll go back to. This just shows how ain't nobody building no factories over here. And Trump is saying that they're gonna come back and build the factories. Nobody's about to do that when you can build a car in 77 seconds. 77 seconds. Come on, man. We cooked. And then they can probably start cranking out robots.
So in this factory, the Xiaomi SU7 is sold for about $30,000, and it takes 77 seconds to make. What the shit? It now takes China.
This is made in China, the Xiaomi SU7 Max.
And it don't have any employees hardly working there. It's damn near automated. The whole factory is almost all automated.
Takes Xiaomi car factory 77 seconds to produce this car. How long do you think it takes other automobile manufacturers to produce a similar car? Drop your comments in the comments section.
That looked like a Hyundai.
This isn't a wedding. It's
I gotta keep my fingers off of this mouse. All right, look at this. What is the volume?
They want you to know they're going to do it. In April of 2024, the NIH decided to run a scenario where they're emulating a new pandemic that starts on July 4th of 2025, not ending until December of 2028. This new pandemic scenario, they emulated an outbreak of Nipah virus, which through a little bit of research on a Nipah virus, it has a 72% mortality rate, meaning 7 out of 10 people that contract this virus will die. Now, the Chinese
I could barely hear him.
studied epidemiology and 20 new viruses that can be transmitted from bats to human. The number one virus on this list they just released yesterday is the Nipah virus.
Let me see. SPARS
So it's set
pandemic.
up and ready to go. They put it right out front. If you guys want more information on this scenario that they ran, I'm going to put the link.
Let's see.
This is the real SARS-CoV-2 virus in 3D. Pictures like this one that we've seen are just computer simulations. Now, researchers use the technique called cryo-electron tomography to freeze the virus and give us a 3D model that we can play with. Link in my bio. This is the real SARS-CoV-2 virus.
They gonna play with it?
What's up, guys?
It's a
So I
Pokemon.
sat down with a run and I was listening to a podcast, and they talked about Johns Hopkins University in 2020 did another role play scenario, and the role play scenario was about SPARS, SPARS. Go look this.
I can't look at too many of them talking too long, man. Sorry about that. Well, back to my favorite lattes. All right. Let's see what this one is.
Can you talk a little bit about the toxicity from the brake dust and the tires alone? The measurement of tires, which is easy to measure. The United States kept.
This is very important, and it's not talked about enough. And I did know about brake dust, but I didn't think about the tires. Listen to this.
Did a study in 2009 to 2010, and they were like, where's all the rubber on the road? There's enough tires sold and worn out in 1 year that is 10 billion pounds of tread dust. Where is it? Because nothing on the road. So they got helicopters. They started doing a study going up, 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 up. It took 1.5 miles to run out of the nanoparticles from tires alone. And that's rubber, cotton, epoxies, resins, plastics, metals, chemicals, and ceramics.
You understand that, what he just said? So they were trying to find out, where are all the tires going? They make enough tires in this country. I forgot how many it was, but it's a lot. He just said it. That there's no debris anywhere. And so then they used a helicopter and they were measuring the particles. He said they took them, they had to go up, what, 1.5 miles, 2 miles before they stopped getting particles from the brake, from the rubber. That means we're all living in a 2 mile, 1.5 miles, 2 mile layer of rubber microparticles floating around that we're all breathing, walking around, breathing rubber. And this modern world killed us all, man. It destroyed the human race. The modern world of plastics and microplastics and rubbers and particles and all this chemicals and stuff. We human beings, man. What? Oh my God! For money, crazy.
These are real material things that are coming right off. The tread of a truck is that wide, that thick, this big around, and there's 18 of them. Then you have all the cars, and then all the battery-powered cars are burning tires even faster now because they're heavier and they go a little faster and they stop at any rate. That's just one thing. You got brake dust, which is heavy metals and ceramics. Worst ever. And we're breathing it. So thankfully, it's not just gloom and doom. Oh, wow, we're screwed, because you can't stop that stuff out at this point. But we do now know how to get it out. So that's a master key to getting this crap out of your body. And when you get it out, you know it. There's not a question of a doubt that it has left your body.
Can you talk a little bit about the
Now, with this, I think he was trying to sell a product. But I don't know. Anyway.
Can you talk a little bit about the toxicity from the brake dust and the... You're worried about microplastics, right? I think most of us are, but as this commenter pointed out, most of your microplastics are coming from tires. 78% of ocean microplastics are synthetic tire rubber. Guess who drives a lot of cars? Americans. Not only that, tire emissions from electric vehicles are 20% higher than those of fossil fuel vehicles. Please keep me off your roads. Please support public transit. You don't want me there. I don't want me there. Help me build trains, baby. You're worried about microplastics.
I hear my mom in there coughing up a storm. Anyway. Yeah, man, we crazy out here, y'all. What's up, beautiful Bella D? How you doing? What's good, mama? Now, let's take a break for the videos for a second. Let's talk about Diddy and what's been going on with his case, because so much been going on with everything, and now they just came with a verdict, which it says he's still in jail right now, but it looks like he won't be in jail for life, at least. So it says, according to this article, pull it up. So the judge denied him bail after the verdict, and it says that it's been 10 months. Wow, the time flies. And it says plus the two, well, anyway, Diddy and his lawyers celebrated after the verdict was read, and they said that he even got on his knees and cried and put his hands on the chair and was thankful. It says it is impossible for the defendant to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he poses no dangers. So the judge decided not to grant him bail. Diddy offered $1 million bail and a bunch of other people to co-sign, but the judge didn't take it. Now, they say, here it is. I'll read what it says. All right. That Diddy's ex-girlfriend Jane's testimony, that Combs choked and dragged her during an argument in June 24, when Combs was aware of the active federal investigation into his conflict. He also noted that Combs' team admitted we own the domestic violence in regards to Cassie Tate. So I guess those are reasons why the judge is saying they didn't want to let him out, because he was violent. But it says, let's get to right here. Combs was found guilty on 2 counts of transportation of his then girlfriend Jane and Ventura, as well as sex workers, to engage in prostitution. So had they not been sex workers, I don't think he would have even gotten this. to be honest. But one thing about this article is it does have some pictures, though, that I thought was kind of interesting. Now, they're saying he may be getting a prison sentence between 51 and 63 months for the convicted charges. 51 and 63, so it's 12, 24, 40, so 4 years, 4.5 to 5 years, and may get out in 2. And then if you put in time served, 10 months, he may be out in a year, may even be on probation or house arrest for that year. It says, that's my thoughts, though. It didn't say that in the article. It says that the assistant attorney opposed the defense request for Combs to be released immediately following the verdict. She said this is serious conduct and it mandates a lengthy period of incarceration. It says about the $1 million bail, drug testing, and who knows? They may end up getting out with that. So, I don't know, man. This was a crazy case. The more I looked into it, I thought he may be guilty of doing things that was questionable, but to prove that it was a crime, I think was going to be kind of difficult, especially with all of the. Now it's not letting me pull up these pictures that were right here. Ain't that about a blip? Anyway, y'all let me know what you think. Do you think Diddy getting off easy? You think he got too much already? I don't know. Like I say, and they had pictures. I want to pull these pictures up. It had pictures of like a shelf, like a room with like stock with like baby oil. But baby oil not illegal now. It did have the other drugs or something laced in it and things. I get it, but it's hard to say if he did it, if the people didn't want it, if they didn't know. And I mean, I think that was, oh my goodness. Regardless of all of the details, in my opinion, I think Diddy's reputation ain't even gonna take a hit. You know why? Because I'm sorry, I'm snorting and sniffling, but cocaine a hell of a drug. No, I'm joking. But the reason why is because of Trump, man, and Kanye and other people. They do all kind of things and they got money and power still. And I'm not saying they all are equal or have all done similar things or whatever. But people have these 3 people have been in some wild situations, and their supporters keep supporting them no matter what. And I don't know. I think that's kind of weird to me, man. The way my mind works, I never thought I was special, first of all. I thought this is how everybody thought. I thought this is the way humans thought. So as I've gotten older, I realized, no, it's not. But I don't know why I think this way or like I'm doing something different because I don't feel like it. But the way I see it is like these people, this doing all this stuff, saying all this stuff, like, first of all, who I am and what I stand on and what I believe comes first. It does. And my integrity comes first. Before my mom, before my dad, before anybody, who I believe. If my mom, what was that damn movie Tyler Perry had where the mama told them to take dude out the damn casket and bring him out here? My mother could not make me do that. She could not. I love you, mama. I love you to death. I'm not doing that. You better do that. And no. You do. I'm not doing that. It's not. It's not, I don't get this. People don't know how to say no. How can somebody make you do things? I don't get this. I don't understand this. I don't. I couldn't be so like if a person, for example, Trump saying this, doing that, and for example, one thing that come to mind, like what, Marco Rubio or Ted Cruz or whatever, didn't Trump diss their wives or talk about them or whatever? And then they was arguing back for a minute, but once they realized they wasn't gonna win, they fall in line. I couldn't do that. I'd rather lose. I would. I would rather lose than to be a cuck or a sellout. I would. I'd rather be broke. And how can I not be, I just couldn't feel right. I get it. We all got bills to pay. We got things to do, and it's not that simple. But I couldn't be, especially to another man holding his balls. That make me feel gay. If you gay, whatever, fine. But I'm not, and I don't want to. That just makes me feel weird. It don't make me feel good. I can't do that for nobody. Not that everything I do, I gotta feel good and this and that, but I don't have to feel bad. Like, come on, man. Divorce in the black. Man, ain't no way I'm pulling divorce in the black. Ain't no way in the world. My mama, that ain't nobody could have told me to take no dead body out the casket and take them and put them in my car. And we go, is you crazy? Actually, you are crazy. You crazy. I'm good. I know you upset. I'm upset, but no, that ain't happening. Oh, wait. I caught myself, y'all. Ooh, that was close. Y'all know if you can have just a tiny drop of water go the wrong way, you'll be coughing. That tiny drop. As soon as I took that first drop, it was like boop, and it almost went to the right. I said, safe. I'll still be coughing right now, y'all. No Face, you said that had people who said YH. He said he essayed me in the lawsuit, but H. It took me a little translation time, but I got you. Wait, that had people who said YH. Who is YH? I put YH. I don't know about the YH. I lost that one. Let's see. No Face. When somebody asked Cassie, why don't she leave? She said, Jay-Z already has someone. Who else is there? So I didn't hear that, but here's the deal. That just shows that life is really dangerous, man. It does, man, because it can be somebody that's there for you for all the wrong reasons, put up with all kind of things because they expecting something. She was with Diddy. She was expecting a career or something or be taken care of or whatever. And then when she saw that he breaking off Young Miami and doing this and she ain't, and she got to get with the, I mean, oh man. And I'm not saying, I don't know these people, so I don't want to make it seem like she's only out to do this and that. But a lot of her texts and things, she loved to freak off and do things. Cassie, boy, I see why Kid Cudi didn't mind that car getting burnt down. He like, hey, look, man, you know, I got insurance. I'm up in with I'm in the playoffs. I'm in the freak-offs. I'm in the 2025 freak-offs, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my roster together, you know what I mean? Anyway, they is out there living that Vida Loca for sure. Anyway, my point is, and this is something that is, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm the biggest preacher or Bible thumper or whatever people say, but if you don't have nothing as a foundation, then it's easy to put stuff in there or take stuff away or push you one way or the other. So you got to have some type of foundation up in you, straight up. Because, yeah, that means you'll do anything for money. You'll do anything for clout chasing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have, I didn't have my issues at times in life, but, you know, that's the life. You know, you got to try to do better, learn and do better, you know. All right, let's get back to some couple more videos right quick. Good grief. My daggone nose. All right. So, I got some good ones on TikTok. But this here, and it's just man, the Lord work in mysterious ways, because I'm telling you, I didn't even plan on, I didn't know what video I was going to show next. And the very next video was this, which goes to show something going on. I don't know what, but something going on. Because first off, I'll say this. We all know that even though that's supposed to be a picture of Jesus, that probably is not what Jesus looked like based off of who painted that original image. But nevertheless, maybe that image conveying something, because they have a beehive in Greece. They were putting pictures in there, and the bees would cover up all the pictures with a beehive. They started putting religious pictures in there of Jesus and the saints, and they would cover up everything except for the face. What? Let's take a look. Well, I think that's pretty interesting and strange. Look at this.
No tiene que contestar nada. No tiene que contestar nada. No tiene que contestarle nada. Batch, okay, you need to identify yourselves. You need to identify yourselves. No, you need to identify yourselves. This is kidnap. This is kidnap. You need to fucking identify yourselves. You identify yourselves.
Man, you know, the worst part about all of this is that they are wearing masks, and there's a group of people can just come and take you away wearing masks. You don't know who they are or identification, and there's no due process. Now they'll put, I mean, that's part of the Constitution. No cruel and unusual punishment, due process. Now they'll put you in alligator Auschwitz. It ain't Alcatraz, alligator Auschwitz in that, the concentration camp. You try to run away, they want the alligators to eat you. It's fun. Maybe they get you. They like dark meat. Hey. Boy, we in some hard times ahead. And you know, everybody was saying that this was going to happen at around 2012 or 2020. They were showing all the camps, FEMA camps potentially, or those coffins, FEMA coffins and things. It looked like they was a little off, because it looked like it's about to go down. They got them coffins ready. They building them camps. Boy, it ain't looking too good, man. Damien Kennedy said a woman tried to kidnap her ex's new girlfriend by posing as an ICE agent. You know, I have heard a lot more about, not that particular thing, but like a couple dudes would come up and take a woman. What if 2 or 3 dudes come up and they all masked and got guns and they acting like ICE and they walk up and grab one of y'all, fine little females trying to go out clubbing with your booty and thing hanging out, and they just grab you and take you away. Stay back, this is ICE. And just take you in a van and kidnap you. That's horrible. It's always psychos out there looking to copycat or find a way to do something. They've been probably waiting for a chance to kidnap somebody and do something to them. Boy. Woo-wee. And also, breaking news, Donald Trump and CBS settled their lawsuit for $15 million. CBS is going to pay him $15 million, which is basically a bribe because they want to do the merger. And you have to have approval from the White House for the merger with CBS and I think Viacom, CBS. Well, anyway, if he's mad, he might not approve it. So pay him off. And also, by suing these news outlets and things, you make them not want to speak about you or say anything critical, which then allows you to do whatever you want to do with nobody holding you accountable. I mean, it's just so many levels of things going on in this world right now, y'all, that you got to stay vigilant, got to keep your head on a swivel, and stand for something. Put something in your heart that's meaningful. You know what I mean? I'm not here to tell everybody this or that. I don't want people to join a cult or nothing, but you got to be careful because people get swayed real easy. How many of y'all remember Empire, the show Empire? We know about Juicy Smouye, Jamal, but it looked like his brother Hakeem, he really wanted to play the role of Jamal. And it seemed like Lee Daniels sure know how to cast some actors, don't he? What's going on with Empire's Brashear Gray? Yes. And he's releasing these photos with men, kissing men and everything. Now, this is Gay Magazine. It says Empire Star. Damn, I didn't even know it was a gay magazine. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but it's spelled Gaye, Gay Magazine. Empire star Brashear Yaz Gray, known for his role as Hakeem Lion, is heating up the internet with his new photo shoot with an OnlyFans creator. We previously reported Gray gay baiting online with sexual content to promote his OnlyFans account. However, within the last year, he's been taking it up a notch with his content. Last year during Miami Pride Chiller, we caught up with the Thai and his boyfriend Trey, and they revealed they were willing to open relationship. They revealed they were willing to open relationship there once their foundation was solid. What? Well, it looks like they made it to that stage in their union. Wow. Wow. Somebody said in a comment he's traumatized, heavy on drugs and being exploited. He need rehab and help, not this. Wow. Well, what? Why do people... I don't think your sex life should be content. Oh, no. What? What? Oh, no. Oh, no. I thought that was a woman. He was a... What they say?
In Atlanta, Georgia. So come on, Atlanta. Of course, apparently y'all cuffed up, but I'm.
What's with Atlanta, man? Why did they do that to Atlanta? That could have been they in the 90s. That was like Black Mecca.
It's still for Pride Month. Are y'all open to have a good time? And this goes into the next question. Do we do threesomes and shit? Yeah, we can ask that. Because the next question, of course, you know, your boy, Sean T. You know, he recently had an interview with
Sean T. I remember he was like a Tybo dude.
On lip service, basically saying, like, you know, he loves his husband, that's the love of his life, but he believes in a poly relationship, and he doesn't want his husband's dick to be the last dick that he's sucking fuck on. So what's your opinions on that? Your homeboy, what you feel like that?
Well, for me, like us right now, we're focusing on our foundation.
Right.
So we have views where, you know, that we may open up, you know, to different things along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But until our foundation is
okay. What?
I feel it. What about the same? You agree with that?
yeah, it's the same. But when it comes to
Trey Presley, our first picks together. Who is these people? Are these the ones he was with in the OnlyFans? I guess so. Man.
I feel it. What about, and we got.
Oh, shit. No. Clicked the wrong damn thing. Ugh. What a world, right? I'll just say, man, back to what I was saying earlier, get that right foundation in your life. And don't go for this is one thing I noticed people doing a lot more these days on a lot of different subjects, on a lot of different fronts, and it's called confirmation bias. You know, you support things because it already goes with what you already believed or already supported. And I've never been that way. I try not to be, at least the most. And I know when I'm doing something wrong, I may be choosing it, like drinking or smoking. I know it's not the best thing for your body. It's not the healthiest. Is it things you could be doing worse? Of course. But I don't sit there and be, well, this from God, this is good. Whatever. And no, just your temple. You ain't supposed to be smoking and drinking and doing things. Drink, puff, maybe. But, you know, so I think people should get out of that zone and be real, be honest. Don't just go with stuff because you like it. If it ain't right, it ain't right. Now, if you still do it, at least know, hey, I like it. That's why I do it. It ain't the best. Maybe smoking squares ain't good for you. I like to smoke squares. I ain't going to sit there. I know I should quit and this and that. I'm not going to justify it and say, well, this is all I do. And so, you know, hey, everybody do something. Everybody do it. Just be honest with yourself. All of us. We all do. That's the first step. And then, you know, at least you can move in a better light, you know. And I'm not thinking, I really don't think anybody that smokes cigarettes don't know that that ain't the best thing to do. If you think, well, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend these. I mean, whoever believes that, they definitely, were they from 1955, Doc, they the DeLorean. I mean, because if you believe that stuff, you definitely is cooked. Now, going to something a little funnier. This dude turned 22 years old.
What in that?
And he been getting cooked on the internet. Now, y'all let me know. This dude either, I don't know, man. He one of the hardest working 22-year-olds ever. He damn sure don't look 22. Somebody say he just left 22 years on the job. That's what it is. He just retired after 22. That's what happened.
Pedestrians and hemoglobin is going on here. Man went viral after sharing photos from his 22nd birthday celebration. So he's supposed to be 22, huh?
He got shot with a 22.
22, you say? Not only does he not
He got about 22 gray spots in his beard. That's what he got.
look 22 physically, and on the facial hair tip and the hair pattern.
I know, right?
Look at the outfit.
That ain't a 22-year-old
outfit.
outfit.
Got you dead to rights.
I know, right?
On the 922.
He 52.
The flannel shirt tucked in.
He wearing a belt. First of all, he's wearing a belt. He ain't 22. They don't know what that is yet. They think that's an accessory to your pants that you hold on to. He actually got it around his waist.
22, you say? Only time I see 22-year-olds tucked in is if they got a job at like Target. I don't know, man.
I don't know about that one either, man. Y'all let me know. But that dude damn sure ain't no damn 22 years old. I ain't seen it. Slim, you say he was 22, 32 years ago. Facts. Hey, he drive a deuce. That's about it. That dude ain't nowhere near no 22 or 32. He ain't near either one. He got to put them together. There it is. Dame Dollar, you say ATL is still the Bible Belt. The community gets more media exposure. Maybe. I ain't never been to the... Well, I have been in Atlanta, but I don't know about all that. Let's see. You say that is 22-year-old Stephen Quincy Urkel. That 52-year-old Urkel, 22 years ago, 52-year-old Urkel, somebody's pop. What up, pop? He over here, he got that. That's for his daughter. She 22. It was for her birthday. Hey, baby, happy 22. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm all that, but I think I look better than this dude. What y'all think? I think I look better than this dude. You know what I mean? I think I can go for 22 if I keep my hat on and you keep me from the neck up. I might go for 22 before he do. I got a 21-year-old son. I kind of look just as good as my son if I do things over. No, from the neck up, I ain't too bad. From here to here, I'll do all right. Anyway, let's go to the next one. I don't know how many of you all heard about the DoorDash employee. And they was in Lake Havasu in Nevada. And then the boat got tipped over and they all died. I think 8 out of 10 people passed. It was for his mother's birthday. Well, Lake Havasu, they say, got so much weather in a short period of time, it even snowed. Now, this happened just like a week ago. And Lake Havasu is Nevada, and it's the summertime. They say it snowed and it rained hard and the storms. Here's a video somebody took of what happened. And I will say it does look like an ocean. Now, I will say big lakes. I'm not too familiar with Lake Havasu. I think it's the man-made lake from the Hoover Dam, if I remember correctly. I could be off. I don't feel like Googling it, so correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, me growing up in Chicago on Lake Michigan, I'm sure a lot of Detroiters and other people know about these Great Lakes. The Great Lakes, you can't see the other side. It's like a ocean. It really is. You can get out there in the Great Lakes and you could be away from land and not see land nowhere near. So, and also the Great Lakes have some rough weather. They do. So, with that being said, I'm not too surprised, but I am surprised that It was the summertime and it was snowing. Let's look at this. It does look like an ocean. You know, I always wanted to have a boat. And I was actually in the process of possibly about to buy a boat before I got injured in 2011. It was like a $7,000 boat with a little downstairs motor. I was going to start learning and all of this and that. I could swim and things, but I think I might have hurt myself. I might not have made it if I got that boat, y'all, because I wouldn't have known what the hell to do. I would like to think I wouldn't know what the hell to do. I would have been trying to go back here to the shore. I've been trying to get off the damn boat. I'd have been trying to park at the dock or something. And going up and down in there and see, oh my goodness. I wouldn't have known what to do. That was going to be a party boat. I was supposed to be getting girls on the boat and we was going to be getting towed up. That's what I wanted to do. We'd have been drunk and high. Next thing you know, the storm, I'd have threw up. I wouldn't have known what to do. Anyway. The sea ain't no joke. All right? It's unforgiving in this month. Now, this dude, he actually break it down and is actually pretty, I would say, pretty accurate on this breakdown. Y'all let me know if this breakdown is pretty accurate. I think he's pretty accurate. Let me see. He say he break down the age differences between little ninjas, young ninjas, bro, big bros, unks, OGs, and elders. Man, I don't like the way that this numbers is, but I think it's accurate. But damn.
Little niggas is from 8 to 14. Okay. Them the little niggas. YNs. No. Little niggas. Let them go, huh? YNs is from 15 to 25.
Now to 25, I think it's high. I would say from 15 to 22. Because you young, you can do damage now. You may even throw them like a grown man. You making money. You over here busting nuts. You know what I'm saying? You out here riding cars. Yeah, you a young nigga. You out here doing it. You out here, you young. You still getting your props or whatever. The little ones, man, I was gone before I take my bet off. So far, I think he accurate. 25, I think, is a little old to be still called a young ninja. I mean, I was grown. I thought at 25, I had my first kid and I moved and did a bunch of stuff, but who knows? Anyway, moving along. Let's see what the next one is.
YNs. 26 to 35, 34. That's big bro. 36 to 44. That's unk them.
All right. The big bros, I would say maybe 22, 23. Because they a big bro to the young ninjas. All the way up to, I'd say 32, 33. I think he going maybe 2 years off. Not much of a difference, but I would probably subtract 2 off of the high ends. Because at 35, you down there 40. You ain't no big bro. I would say you already somebody unk. You unk level at 35. But again, I'm only separating a year or two. So far, I'm not even going to trip. I'm going to say he accurate. Now, let's see.
45 to 55. That's OG now.
Damn, man, I'm an OG. I'm an OG. I'm be 47 in September. Dang, man, I'm an OG. I still feel like I'm Unc. Don't call me no OG. I'm Unc. I'm Uncle J.
That's OG. Now, when you start getting into the 60s and 70s, respect your elders, folks.
See, he said 55 and up here, but he said when you get in your 60s and 70s. I agree. 60, yeah, OG. I ain't gonna call you OG at 60. You triple OG. You know what I mean? But I would say maybe an OG is 50 to 60. Good grief. Good grief, man. This one guy say, proud Unc. I made it, y'all. A blessing to see 40. You know, I never thought I'd be this age in my life. I remember when I turned 21, I thought that was something. Like, whoa. When I turned 25 was a real big moment in my life because I'm like, dang, I lived just as long as Tupac and Biggie. And I ain't did a damn thing compared. Nah, but I just was starting to think like, whoa, these dudes died young. Because I don't feel that old. I feel like I'm just getting started. So that was when I started realizing how young they were, because when they were older than me. So I think when they died in 96, I was 18 in 97. So, I mean, 25 to 18. It's not that big of a difference, but it was enough at the time where I didn't think they were so young. Everybody was saying on the radio, Tupac was so young. He was so young. He was just 25. Thinking, shoot, 25? That was a lot older than me. But yeah, man, that is so young. Wow. I'm 22 years older than Tupac and Biggie. That's shocking to me. And for Puff to outlive both of them, wow. Anyway, P. Bronson, you say, but because of computers in kindergarten, 8 think they know it all. That is true. But that's why you got to punch them in their chest. You didn't know that was coming, did you? Uh-huh. You don't know everything. I'm just playing. You do a foot sweep. Whoop-ah! Stay on your toes. Lesson number 1. Jay Sean Brown, you say LOL. Yeah, they did pass young. Boy, didn't they? Man, I remember smoking blunts and drinking I wasn't drinking Cristal. What were we drinking? What is it? Mimosa. We was broke, okay? You can get a fifth of Andre Mimosa for like $2-3 back in the day. But I remember they was playing all the Tupac on the radio, and we was like, dang, man. It didn't even get to me yet. Although it did discourage me because I was looking forward to getting in the music industry, and I wanted to work with Tupac and the Biggie and stuff. And when Pac got popped, I was like, oh man, kind of dimmed my light a little bit. And when Biggie got popped, I was like, kind of, I don't want to say because of them I lost interest, but I kind of started to lose interest a little bit. Not that I thought I would get killed or what. It ain't nobody else good to work with. But it just kind of, looking back on it, I kind of slowly lost interest. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now Jay Sean, that's because you probably had a little more money than us. It was about 4 of us. It was 3 of us. And we only had $3 or like 5. So we needed a 5th. But we used to get St. Ides. Do they still make St. Ides special brews? St. Ides. I never liked OE. I had it. This back when we used to drink 40 ounces. Then they started coming out with the Deuce Deuce. Then we do that. Get an MGD 2020 or Ice House. Do they still make Ice House beer? Just as a little notice, not that I'm trying to put out stuff, but I kind of stopped drinking. Although I still got a lot of drinks over here. I haven't had a drink in a few months, y'all. And been a couple days since I had it up. No. Nah, but no drinking, no smoke. I'm try to I don't know. Try to get a little healthier. Need to lose some weight. Jay Sean, you say, yeah, they still make Ice House. Man, Ice House used to be hidden. And Red, was it Red Dog? But Ice House was some good beer because they would freeze the beer, then separate the water, the frozen water. Then they would be, at least this is what I thought at the time. They could have been just a good ass advertising, tricked me. Ooh, the Ice House. But boy, I remember I used to be bent. It could be because I was younger, but Ice House wasn't no joke. King Cobras, boy. King Cobras wasn't no. We used to get Mickeys. How many of y'all used to drink Mickeys? It looked like a hand grenade, a green hand grenade, and like a mason jar. Get a Mickey's, drinking the Mickeys. Mickey's Deuce Deuce. What else we used to drink? You drink Mickey's. Man, you drink all kind of stuff when you broke and dumb and young. Wild Irish Rose, but see, the reason I never really drank that at MD 2020 is because growing up in Chicago, it's winos and people out in front of liquor stores, and you would always see them little brown paper bags with a little MD 2020 or a little Wild Irish Rose on the side of the streets and stuff. So I always looked down on that. I always thought that was wino drinks. I ain't no wino. I ain't drinking that yet. Give me a King Cobra, which is probably worse malt liquor. But yeah, that MD, you get some green or the red MD 2020, that Mad Dog, boy, you lost your mind. Straight up. Rich's Wild Irish Rose, boy, y'all making me about to go to the liquor store. No, I'm joking. Jay Sean Brown, you say, yeah, we was kids. I still drink Mickey's. You still drink Mickey's? Man, I ain't seen a Mickey's hand grenade. I don't know how long. I do like Guinness. I used to get the Guinness where it had a mixing ball in it. What was that? I think it was the cans. I used to get a tall can of Guinness. It had like a mixing ball in it or something. I used to drink that all the time. Damian Kinney, you say you don't know nothing about moonshine corn liquor. Man, I know about that there, boy. What you talking about? That little moonshine liquor boy down there? Woo! No, I had my cousin, man. My cousin, rest in peace, my best friend. But he was an alcoholic and he ain't play. And he challenged our lines. Drink with me, cuz. Drink with me. And that Negro boy, he had a hookup where somebody was making moonshine. He'd be like, want some of this shine? I'm like, man, hell no. It smelled like rubbing alcohol. I just never wanted to be bent. You know what? I don't like being drunk or under the influence. I like being loose and mellow. I don't like the I'm going. I mean, what you trying to do? We gonna fight now? Be doing. I don't like any of that stuff. I just like to feel a little loose and relaxed, and then I go home and go to sleep. But I ain't trying to fight. I ain't trying to be crying. I ain't trying to be falling around or don't remember nothing and thing. I never liked all of that stuff. Or I don't know what happened. I just that's hard on me. I think that's happened to me maybe 3 or 4 times, and that was enough. That was enough. I don't think the last time I even was drunk, I must have been in my 20s still, where I didn't know, laying next to a toilet somewhere at my house. That only happened, I think, once or twice. Once that I can remember. I'm just giving the benefit of saying twice. So, nah, man. Ain't laying next to no damn toilet with the cold toilet bowl next to your head, and it feels good because you sweating and shit, because you got the throw up, the Earl sweats coming down. You know how it is, and your mouth keep watering. Mm, Blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness. I hate that. I hate that. Every time it ain't been many, but I say I ain't doing this again. Dame Dollar Bushwill was drunk off that Everclear when he was shot in the eye. I know. That's a dope song too. I had to lose an eye to see things clearly. Aye. Why'd you shoot me in the eye? I would have shot you in the body. Oh my goodness, man. You got me about to put that song on tonight, boy. I got that CD, Little Big Man, Bushwick Bill. Little Big Man. I remember I put my boy on that I was working with, this white dude named Graham. I used to call him Graham Cracker. Hey, can't make this stuff up. Anyway, I'm like, Graham Cracker, man, you got to hear this, man. He like, what? I'm like, this Bushwick. He like, Bushwick? Like, yeah, man, it's a little black dude midget, man. He said, man, he probably a big Bushwick fan to this day. But in the video, for Everclear with Bushwick, he take his eyeball out and put it in the little martini glass, like, you want to sip? I see you want to drink. I see it. That was on the Ghetto Boys We Can't Be Stopped album cover. That was him in the hospital for real when he got shot in the eye, looking like Terry Flannery, Travis Drury. That's why I don't drink vodka. Be telling you love you 1 minute and ready to fight the next. Hey, that's facts, man. That's facts, man. I mean, when you young and hopefully in the right places, because when you young, also it don't take but one time, and you don't age anymore. But if you're able to make it through youth and have those experiences, by the time you're in your 30s, especially 40s, you should know better and handle yourself a little better. And also, this just made me think of something else. It's nothing wrong with being a man and not being a pushover. That don't mean that you're a bad person. And also, it's okay if men get frustrated. Like sometimes I get frustrated. First thing, my mom or some other people may say is like, oh, like, so y'all can get upset, but if I get upset, then it's a problem, right? I ain't like I'm waving weapons and threatening people. But if I get, man, why they can't do this? Or why did this happen? Okay. Why you okay me? Nobody okay you. But anyway, uh I just think, not to say I want to do this or that, but I think it's just condescending in a way. It's like trying to make it as if like, oh well, you can't do this or that or da. Make it seem like all behavior with men is anyway. Jay Sean, I'm about to watch BMF. You right, but that's on Thursday night. Today, Wednesday. Man, you just made me look at my calendar, bro. I swear I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh, shoot. Anyway, it's some person that be delicate, but a person I know and their significant other, they get liquidated. And and I I'm not the one to say that arguments are good, but I also don't think arguments are bad. I think arguments, it depends on the context. But the point of an argument is that it's two people with strong feelings or positions about something, and they're going back and forth over their position. And either you're going to agree or agree to disagree, move on, whatever. But it's better than to not explain or not have the potential for agreement because you don't explain or keep it out. And if you don't have each person saying what they feel, it can go one way and like a pushover in a way. For example, if I have a woman and I really care about her and I don't like her, tickle bitties hanging out when we go out in public, but I don't say anything to her because I don't want her to get upset or we have an argument. So I just never say nothing and I'm always upset when she dressed this way. Well, that's going to eat at you inside. I think you should at least express it and y'all talk and try to understand and make it work. Because then maybe that person thinks you don't care enough about what I do, or hey, I can do whatever and this person won't say anything, or whatever the case. Just like if you are with a man and that man is out every night with his friends and you want him to be with you sometimes. If you don't say anything, then you'll be upset all the time when he does this. But because you don't want to say this and make somebody upset or do whatever, you stay in that same place of being upset with no change in sight. If anything, things will get worse. And they'll say, well, you never complained before. You never said anything. How am I supposed to know? I thought you thought it was okay. You never did this. You never did that. So I think people should always communicate that type of stuff. Don't be a pushover. Don't be a doormat. Don't have to be argumentative or a fight necessarily, but don't be afraid of that so you don't say anything. It could be family, friend, father, mother. I mean, people try to put you in their way they want you to be a lot of times in life. And we all got stuff we got to go through and deal with. And truth be told, we're all kind of like in our own movie, our own journey, and we share time and space with others. And so, what I mean is, like, we live and die by our own consequences and answer for what we did. When my time is up, I can't be like, well, Jay Sean did this and that, and that's why I did this or that. Well, I got the choice to choose not to do that or whatever, or follow that. So, anyway, I just don't like to think that we should be, I don't want people to be feeling guilted into stuff. Like, one thing I tell somebody is, let me offer, let me try to help. Stop trying to make me do stuff all the time, or you trying to guilt me into stuff. That's building the resentment and the problems that we have. And then when you go and say, oh, he do this, he do that, you make it seem as if I'm doing something to you. which then makes me even more upset because you try to play the victim and you're not saying the whole story. Either say the whole story or shut up, because all it does is make matters worse. And so, that's the thing. When we all are adults, nobody can make anybody do anything. Can't make your husband be there or your wife be there. You can't make a person go to job or find a job, or you can't make a person pay the bills or whatever. They can get paid and go and gamble. You can't want more for another grown person than they want for themselves. They gotta want it and be ready for it, and appreciative and working together. All the things got to be in place, for things to happen. So, and believe me, I have tried and explained and cried and pleaded and begged, and if a person can't see it or not ready to see it, I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. So, you know. Jay Sean Brown, what's good? You say, can you do StreamYard? That's what we doing now. We doing StreamYard now. I'm getting ready to wrap it up, though. P. Bronson, it goes both ways if you are walking with your man and he's always having his chest women look. Okay, it goes both ways if you are walking with your man and he's always having his chest women look. Oh, yeah. Thirst traps. I think all of that is wrong, especially if you with somebody. Would you? Now, I don't think you should just let yourself go, but why post thirst traps if you with somebody? Or live a thirst trap. Now, don't get me wrong. You can look nice. And so if I was going somewhere and my lady wanted to wear something nice or whatever, that's fine. But, for example, I don't know if y'all saw some of the ladies at that party I was at, but they was trying to get chose. Now, hey, maybe they were single. And I would have chose a few my dang on self if I could have. I ain't gonna lie to you. They was very choice worthy, at least from the outside. But, and it is a double standard. Because if I saw you and you had all them things hanging out and dropping out, and I wanted it, and now we together, one of the things I'm going to say is, hey, don't wear that no more when we go out. Because I know what I was thinking, and I know what other people probably thinking. But they'll be the first to say, it wasn't bothering you when you saw it. Yeah, well, that's because I was too busy thinking about going up in there. That's like a Disneyland for ding-dangs up in there. I was trying to ride all the rides. I was going to go down that slide a few times and go over the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to get on there. I hope it ain't a long line. Anyway. Double standard, true. But it is what it is. Anyway, man. There's so much scary stuff going on in the world today. I hope we all had a little moment to laugh and think and do other stuff tonight. But let me get up out of here, man. So much going on, man. Everybody stay vigilant. Stay keeping your head on the swivel. Jay Sean, I was at this industry party Saturday. It's on my YouTube channel. And yeah, it was a lot of nice ladies there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But one thing about that stuff, it's probably best to meet a nice lady when they not at those type of parties and things, because who knows what their mind is on and things and everybody and stuff. and they trying to network or make it and do this, do that, and who knows, man? Maybe just meet somebody at the grocery store, and then hey, you pay for them groceries. There you go. No, I'm just playing. I need to take some more medicine. Let me get up out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe out here, man. Remember, all money ain't good money. And don't get on OnlyFans with shocking content. It ain't worth it. If anything, if he really wanted to shock everybody, it could have been him and Jamal. Hey, Jussie, come over here and do this photo shoot with me, boo. And then they over there, they'd be like, oh my goodness, what Empire done got back in the news in the craziest of ways. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out here. I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out the next videos. Deuces. And I'm out.